Welcome everybody back. Pierce, you do it.
All right, go.
Welcome back everybody to the Off the Gourd podcast. All right, what are we on at? Episode 7?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Done this
7.
Bro.
7 times already.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
7 weeks
Nearly
of
2
this so
months.
far.
Damn, yeah. Go
Dude,
us.
I'm loving it. So how you guys been?
Good, man.
What's been up with the boys?
Had that went camping this weekend and had to be disconnected from the boys text group for 2 days. I was having withdrawals, dude.
We were missing you. We were missing
We
you.
were.
Had to
Halfway
be
through the
action.
week, we all texted. We were like, man, we miss Sam.
Aw,
But Ethan was making up for it
gross.
with his New Orleans commentary.
Oh.
Yeah, dude. Tell me what I
Yeah.
missed. What was going on in New Orleans while I wasn't able to hear about it.
So much happened in New Orleans. But first thing, we get there. We're walking through a nature reserve before we can check in to the Airbnb that we got. And my mom gets stung by a wasp. And
Oh shit.
not that
That's
set the
so
tone for the trip, but a couple other weird bad events also happened. We got rear-ended while trying to merge onto the interstate in New
Ooh.
Orleans. And it wasn't horrible, it didn't cause enough damage to end the trip again. But we couldn't use the back hatch of my mom's car for the rest of it. And the
Damn.
guy who hit us, his car didn't have a scratch. But
Damn.
other than that, I found out that the Superdome is owned by Caesar's Palace and not Little Caesars. You get made fun of if you think it's the Little Caesars Superdome.
They're very different. Also, they just share a name.
Hey,
The name
Detroit
Caesar.
has cornered the market on having Little Caesars-based sports arenas.
Little Caesars is the official pizza of the NFL now. I had to look that up.
Yeah. For some
Yeah, that's
reason.
crazy. Remember when it was Papa John's and then he got
Didn't
Reese's?
believe me, bro. It was Pizza Hut for a year because the
Pizza
Papa
Hut
John's
screwed
shit
it
wasn't
up.
that long ago, right? Maybe 2 years.
Yeah,
at
that
most,
was
2
a
or
what?
3 years.
No, that
It was the
Bro.
start of 2020 or 2019 because that's when we were all going off about that
no.
Papa
Because
John's
the day of reckoning came right before COVID.
no.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah, but that was way after he said the N word.
But I mean,
True.
whatever year that was, the NFL had to finish out that contract, right? They didn't. I don't
No,
think they just dropped
no.
him.
At the end of that season, they were dropped.
Yeah,
like-
How
so,
did that happen?
I don't know. Pizza Hut didn't last long because Papa John's has always been
Let's
the
see.
official pizza of the NFL as long as I could
This
remember.
was in
Pizza Hut goofed it.
2018.
Whoa,
2018.
4 years.
And then they got replaced with Pizza Hut, and now it's Little Caesars. Which, hey, Little Caesars is not bad for the price.
Bang
It's
for the buck.
yeah, you get good pizza for $5, and their crazy bread.
It's not $5 anymore.
Wait,
No, what
What?
is it?
I think they put it up to I don't know. I'll look it up. Little Caesars.
It's like when Subway
Bro,
changed the $5 foot.
No,
long
it
shit.
can't be
ready.
more than a frozen pizza because the deal with the I always liked about Little Caesars is that you can you're paying just as much as you would for a frozen pizza, except you're not having to do any of the work.
I don't know. Those Jack's pizzas are like $3 and fire.
They're pretty
I like
banging.
I like Tombstone.
Not a big
A
Tombstone
hot and
guy.
ready large pepperoni is $7.50.
What?
Inflation getting a Little Caesars too.
That's a
Shit.
full 50% markup, dude.
It's also thin crust, which in my opinion would cost less.
Right? Less material.
Bro. That's so annoying. I hate
But-
that. Did you know that Little Caesars old CEO paid for Rosa Parks' rent
No.
for 10 years?
Fucking incredible.
Go off. Little Caesar.
I'm seeing that the hot and ready pepperoni, cheese, and sausage pizzas are $6 a pop.
Okay.
$1 more. I mean, I'd prefer it to still be 5.
And it looks like it was this year that they raised the price on
Bro,
the.
inflation.
It happened in January.
Um, so sad. I was gonna say something I don't remember now, so that's nice. Yeah,
But
that's
honestly,
horrible.
their pizza's not bad.
It's
Like,
not.
I keep like thinking of things to say, and then like not having a chance to say them,
And
like
then,
just because I'm thinking about it because I'm high, and then like 2 minutes pass and I'm still thinking about it.
bro, I went swimming
Like,
today.
bro,
Yo.
okay, I have
but
to say
he has
this.
to get your Little
Um,
Caesars thoughts out
No,
there.
let Jackson talk so he
when
doesn't
we were
forget.
talking, we were talking about Caesar's Palace and Little Caesar. I was like, what if the guy who owned Caesar's Palace is Little Caesar's dad?
Yeah.
The offspring made Little Caesars.
True.
Or
Anyway, I've
who's
been
the
thinking about that for
wife?
5 minutes.
Wendy.
Wendy? Real life Wendy or like
Not
mascot
Child
Wendy?
Wendy, I think. Probably the real one.
Yeah, I would hope he wasn't married to a kid.
Well, I mean,
Did you know that Little Caesars makes like my buddy worked there, and I always like to ask like, is there anything fucked up that goes on behind the scenes? Like, anything we should know about? And he said it was pretty good. He said the worst, like I don't know, the cheapest or like least appetizing thing they do is um, their sauce comes in just like a condensed pouch that they pour in and mix with water, like you would at home with a condensed soup, which isn't that bad, but you know.
yeah, I can deal with it. You gotta remember your
Honestly,
price.
there isn't much that would or like it would have to be a lot for me to stop eating at any fast food place. It'd have to be like
Dude,
a guy shits in a bag and then they turn that into mac and cheese.
bro, I don't get okay. I'm tired of seeing like videos on TikTok or just anywhere on the internet where it's like this is really what you're eating at McDonald's and it's like showing the shitty frozen patties and like everything's
Pink
going through a
slime.
machine and it's like, bro, I don't give a shit. Like yeah, there was that whole like pink slime hoax for a while, like years ago. Bro, if that was actually real, I wouldn't care.
I don't give a shit what the Arby's roast beef is made out of.
It tastes
Arby's
good.
slaps.
Yeah, and
They've
yeah,
got the
and
meats.
highlight that part. Arby's slaps. I don't want to hear any shit online about how Arby's is the worst place. Bro, Arby's is fucking fire. And you're
Thing about
wrong if you say
Arby's,
otherwise.
oh, it's overpriced, man. Like,
Is
I
it?
just
You get a lot of meat.
if you like get a
You get a
full
pretty
combo
sizable
meal
sandwich.
there, man, it's like 11-12 bucks. It's just I don't know, but
They got banging
that two
fries.
for
I gotta
six,
try. I saw.
that's good. But I'm pissed they took
Did
the
you guys
euro off the two
try?
for six.
Did you guys
Oh,
try
I
the
did?
burger?
That's upsetting. Well,
No,
I did not.
no, I did not. Didn't get the chance.
I really wanted to. I know it wasn't like full Wagyu. Um, it was like a mix, but
Angus.
dude,
I'd be
I
surprised if
really,
it's any. Isn't that shit like super expensive?
Yes.
It was probably low grade.
yeah,
They
and
just get,
yeah,
like,
and
the
they have to have
discarded
some in
ones, the
there.
failures.
That would be like straight false advertising.
Wagyu's that beef, right? Where they like pamper the cow. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
It's only in Japan, pretty much. Um,
Hold up. There's a difference between Wagyu and. Oh wait, I'm thinking of kosher. Never mind.
Just the idea of being kosher.
No, like kosher meat is
Bro.
a thing.
bro,
Is
that
kosher
shit's
beef?
wild.
So is
Like-
Wagyu.
Like Judaism, like is crazy. Like having to be kosher and stuff. Um, you have to have like, obviously you can only eat, kosher stuff. And I learned in that video, the symbol for kosher on packaging. It's a little circle with a U inside of it. That means that the item is kosher.
What?
It-
I've seen that so many times.
Yeah, that means that an item is kosher.
Huh.
And they have to have like 2 of every appliance in a like in their kitchen, because I think it's like meat can't. I don't certain foods can't interact with each other or be in the same area as each other. So
Yeah.
they have to have 2 ovens, 2 sinks, 2 dishwashers, 2 fridges, 2 freezers.
That's crazy.
You know, all
That's a
that.
lot of appliances.
That's
Wait.
like you got to have a whole custom house just to like follow
Uh,
that faith.
I was gonna say, why would they need 2 dishwashers? Since like it's only bad if they eat the thing, like with
No,
like it's because two. It's because like pork and whatever else could touch the same plate.
uh, well, they just can't be in the same vicinity. Like they can't be in the same machine.
But they can be in the same
I am
house.
not a good source on this, so don't like. I'm sure I
Pierce
got.
is not a part of Judaism.
I'm very
so-
high, and I saw those on a TikTok once. But I just thought it was fascinating. Ethan said kosher, and it just reminded me of it. I don't even remember what we were
Yeah.
talking about before.
Wagyu
Oh yeah,
versus kosher.
bro. That's not like I've seen like videos of like actual Wagyu beef and like being made like a full Wagyu burger. That shit looks delicious.
Bro,
And I've heard it's like the
the amount of
juiciest,
fat
scrumchiest thing ever.
You see, I forget what it's called, but it's like the veins of fat, like all
The
in
white?
the meat, and it's yeah,
How it marbles, bro.
Yeah, it's marble.
marbling.
It's so good. Why'd
This
you make
is
that
like-
face, Sam?
Oh, that's my thinking cap. But this, like, just tangentially related. I like to consider myself a moral man, but I cannot take any moral stance that involves dietary restrictions. Like, I think, like, the vegetarians and the vegans, ultimately they're right, but, like,
Yeah.
couldn't be me.
No,
Yeah, no way.
I agree. I love
Bro.
meat too much.
Have I told this story about in the podcast about how I had to kill a rat and it scarred me?
No.
I don't know.
No.
It sounds familiar. I don't think
So-
you said it on here.
I've definitely told you guys. I housed a snake for one of my neighbors.
Oh, yeah.
All last semester. And she had just gotten it, so she didn't like. She knew like how to take care of snakes in general, but like she wasn't familiar with like the snake's behavior. It was like acting weird, so like it wouldn't just like eat like any mice that was thrown in there. It just like wouldn't go after. And so we decided to switch to dead ones, but we still had a live mouse, and we didn't want to go buy another dead one. So she asked me to kill it, and I was like, all right, but like, how do I do that? And like, we go through like a couple ways, but like, all we think of like was suffocating it. And we decided that like that'd be too painful. So I was like, all right, I'm strong enough. If I get a hammer, I could probably just knock it out in one hit. So I put it in a plastic bag, and I take like, it's not a heavy hammer at all. It's just like a normal hammer. And I hit it hard once, and then like it basically like collapses, and then like there's blood running
Oh
out
my
of its
God.
nose, but it's like it's still moving like way too much to be dead. And so like I have to fucking put it up out of its misery, and I do. And that day I learned that I really hate killing animals.
Yeah, yeah. I would hope that was
And-
like.
And a day later, I checked the cage, and the snake didn't fucking eat it. So I killed the rat for nothing.
Bro, why did you like you like went through like so many. I would have just like you said, like you put it in a bag. I would have like put it in a bag and like flushed it down the toilet or something. It's like easy, like it's gone. I don't gotta
We
smash
wanted to
it.
feed it
needs
to the
to eat
snake. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you just had to kill it to kill it.
No, probably, if we just didn't want it anymore, I'd probably just set it free.
Yeah, but I was thinking like you guys didn't want it to like get in your house and like then you got a mouse problem.
No, I'd like throw it into a bush or something.
Throw it into your landlord's house.
So anyway, you went swimming?
Yeah, it was awesome, bro. The water was super warm. It started to thunder like an hour in, so I didn't get to be in there too long.
Oh, I
But-
should have stayed in.
Damn.
Dude,
But,
it feels so
I
funny
was just,
when
like,
the lightning
floating.
hits the pool.
Yeah, I'll have to try it next
Should have done it for the pod, bro.
Your whole body
It's-
gets
Bro,
literally
I
electric.
like float there, and it's like I'm like letting my arms just float, and it's like still, and it feels like I don't have arms, because like the water just takes over. And it's like I don't. It's like if I just focus away from my body, just like focus on nature. It's like I like disintegrate into the pool.
Man,
It's
straight-
crazy.
Straight meditating in the
Yeah.
pool.
Yeah,
Swimming while high was insane. We went last week when I visited Sam and Ethan. Me, Sam, and Andy went to the neighborhood pool. And it was pretty sick.
that sounds.
Although it was way too fucking hot.
That's why you go to a pool.
We're going tomorrow.
That's the whole point.
If there's thunder around, I'm sticking in there for the pod.
For the pod.
It'll be great
Have
for
you guys
next
been in a
week's
pool
episode.
while it was raining?
Oh,
Yes.
it's the
Yeah.
best.
Yeah, if it's not like lightninging outside and stuff, I'll stay in the pool
Yeah.
while it's raining.
Oh my god. Speaking of raining, did you guys know that in the South, when it's raining outside, but it's still like fairly bright, like you can see the sun, they refer to that as the devil is beating his wife.
I
I
did not
thought you
know
were
that.
gonna say something else.
So fucking weird.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Isn't there
I've always just
like
called them sun showers, bro.
isn't there a place that like like rained frogs one time? Like the
You're-
plague.
no. You're pulling our leg. No way.
No, I remember seeing that in like a Ripley's Believe It or Not book. It like rained.
Yeah,
it
believe it or
rained some
not, I don't
animal.
believe it.
No, there was some animal that like rained on a town. It's like the plague. It's like a sign of the apocalypse. Like
Frog rain.
Oh, Pliny the
is a
Elder.
rare-
Yeah. He
Was it
talked
frog?
about
is
it.
a rare meteorological phenomenon in which frogs get swept up in a storm, travel miles, and then fall from the sky when the clouds release the water.
Man, imagine being a frog. When that shit happens. All you know is the pond, and now you're 20 miles up.
where
Now you're
are
being
they when they're being
suffocated
when they're
2,000
traveling
miles up.
when they're traveling through the air? Like they get sucked into the cloud. Wait, what? How did that happen?
They're just held up by the air because they're so light and like they don't have
What?
wings, so they can't control shit while they're up there.
It's like a squirrel can't reach
Yeah.
terminal velocity. You could throw that shit off the Empire State Building, it just won't die.
No, it reaches terminal velocity. It's just that its terminal velocity is not
It
that
doesn't
high.
kill it.
Every
Yeah.
every item or every item, every item in the world has its own terminal velocity, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it depends upon your mass and that 9.8 meters per second per second.
So do smaller animals just not have like a high terminal velocity? But yeah, but I would always
No.
I feel like they're small, so like even though they're dropping a
Well, there's like a balance there for how much they can survive. Like for
I
everything.
imagine they still get hurt, right?
Yeah. They don't just bounce. The squirrels don't just bounce back up from that shit.
that would be
But they do
hilarious.
live.
Yeah.
What would you guys do if it just started raining squirrels?
Stay inside.
I would assume I'm dead. I think like anything like that happens that's just like so out of the realm of possibility. I'd be like, okay, yeah, I'm dead. Like,
Hey, but at
or
least
at
at
least
least there's
asleep, you
nothing.
know.
At least it's not nothing.
That'd be the dream.
I would take that. I would take a world where it constantly rains squirrels as opposed to just nothingness after death.
Yeah, I think I agree with you.
Yeah.
Just stay inside.
Okay.
It's a squirrel day.
But what if they're on
Sam.
fire?
Why
Yeah.
would they be on fire?
Fire
It
squirrels?
is rain.
It's I don't know. Jurassic World.
Well,
Maybe
no.
they
In
got me
this
thinking
instance,
about
the squirrels
flaming,
are the rain, so
living
there's no
creatures
water.
falling from the sky, and that being a dangerous concept.
I would be more confused about the squirrels falling from the sky than them being on fire.
I just think I would be equally confused. I would just be, why are there squirrels on fire? But I mean,
Yeah,
that's
it's
just
like
me.
at that point you could give them like another leg too, and be like, why do they all have 5 legs as well? I mean, you just keep stacking these like, modifiers on there. They're all equally like, like
One-eyed,
The
one-horned,
Enigma
flying
grows.
purple
specific.
people eater, bro.
The purple, one-eyed, one-horned purple people eater.
The one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater.
What did you guys say?
Dude, bro, you don't know the one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater?
Yeah, come
I
on,
can't say I
Jackson.
do.
How do
What?
you not know that thing?
How do you not know the one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater? Like, really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, Sam,
idiot.
You were
Sam,
in
since
like
you obviously
music
know-
stuff.
Sam, since you obviously know, you can tell me about it.
I mean, it's in the name. He's a one-eyed, one-horned, flying, purple people eater. I mean, that's just like that's about it. We don't like science can't explain him. he eats people. He flies. He's purple. He's got one eye and one horn, one leg, I think too.
I don't know. I'd have to look at the lyrics. I'm gonna have to add. I'm gonna
What
have
if
to
he was
add
on
that.
fire?
I'm gonna have to add that to the
We've come
playlist.
full.
I can't believe
Oh, yeah, I've
Jackson's
never heard
never.
of this thing.
How have you, like? Did you not have like music class when you were in like elementary school?
They played that in your music
did.
class? I heard
What?
about it
It's
How
from
not
did you
my
like-
find out
dad.
about this, Ethan? Oh, that makes sense.
We
How the
had
fuck did
that.
you learn
That was
about
in
this,
like our
Pierce?
music books, and like I remember that in like 4th or 5th grade. That was like in our music books. We'd like sing it.
I don't think that was in my
It's-
curriculum, bro.
It's not like
The
a
Common
bad
Core
song.
did not have me
like it's
learning
just like
that.
a silly. It's just like a silly Halloween song. I bet Kids Bop's has a version of it.
I hope so.
Bro, it's a classic.
Okay. Okay, what is this, Sam?
What?
Oh, that's him.
What is it? The
Sent a
flying?
picture of the Discord.
Is it the flying purple?
He's not
people
flying
eater?
though.
That is him.
It took me a little bit to notice that it's a child.
Oh, is it?
Like,
Yeah,
like, you can
behind
see his
the mask.
eye.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Anyways,
I mean,
there's a
a
good thumbnail.
man can have an eye too. The child or not?
Okay, Andy's gonna respond.
It's the one eye, one horn
Oh,
flying.
he stopped typing.
One eye, one horn flying purple
Fuck.
penis eater.
Okay, Sam.
Yes.
Yes, last week on Wednesday, you told us you had an insane story happen to you, and that you would save it for the pod. And I've been dying to know what the fuck happened.
The
Are you referring
heist?
to the homeless heist?
Yes, I
Yes.
need to hear about this.
Yeah, so many. Like, this has been a developing story since then. It's just we've got a repeat offender terrorizing my boss. But I'll start at the beginning. So, typical day at CVS. We live in the CVS is located in like the most metropolitan area of our city, and so as such, there's a sizable homeless population, and they tend to try to they're typically the culprits when it comes to alcohol being stolen. Because unfortunately this country doesn't take great care of the homeless population, especially when they're struggling from addiction and things like that. But this the other day, yeah, on Wednesday, there was a white van and a crew of some usual suspects, some real tweakers, hanging out outside. And I joked to my colleague um, that it was the world's worst heist crew. Well,
Mhm.
fast forward maybe like 10 minutes. I'm down in the basement, loading up paper towels to bring them out onto the floor and stock them up. Working as slow as possible, listening to a podcast. You know how it goes. And out of the corner of my eye, a small ginger man sprints past me, scares the shit out of me, and then flees through a little door in the basement, like
Bro,
some leprechaun shit. Um, I'm just like, for a second, I kind of pause. I'm like, did that happen? Um, and then he had left the door open, so I'm like, okay, the door's open. It has to have happened. So I closed the door. I'm like, oh shit, I guess I better tell someone about this. Um, and I go up. I'm like, hey, there wasn't a ginger person that was supposed to be in the basement, right? No. So we went. We reviewed the cameras. We see him come in the store and then go into the elevator to get in the basement. There's no cameras in our basement.
the
Which is important.
customers can just go into the basement. It's not like an
Yeah.
employees only thing.
Um, you could just go in the elevator and just hit receiving or basement. I think people just don't think to do it because they'd say oh, it won't work, or they just
Hmm.
assume it wouldn't work, but it does. And apparently this guy had figured that out. He also for whatever reason left his shoes in the elevator, so we just had a pair of shoes in there. Turns out the logical explanation is that he wanted to sneak around the basement without making noise. Um,
Uh,
so my boss goes into a full panic, and I I as an employee of this retail chain, I'm not a corporate cuck. I don't give a fuck if people steal things. Obviously I'm not going to encourage that or just let it happen without and right in front of me, but it's kind of who really gives a shit. And I was kind of having fun with this whole situation because my boss was like, word's gonna spread, and then we're gonna have a fleet of homeless coming in, stealing off to the basement and then escaping through the door down there. Um, and so, you know, and also it turns out when he had come out of the basement, so we can kind of see, and we're attached to an apartment complex. He comes out through the apartment complex and gets in that white van with the tweakers. So it did turn out that they were a heist team. Um, so my boss calls this that door in the basement that he escapes out of. It should be armed, right? It's an emergency exit, but it wasn't. I don't know how they knew that because it looks like it would go off if you opened it up. So we called the alarm company to come arm it. And they're like, well, there's no power going to this door, so there's nothing we can do. So we can't patch the loophole. Um,
The
and
CVS meta is broken.
he keeps coming back, and over the next couple days, we keep having, we keep finding the door in the basement open, or he'll come in and just zip off to the back, and it's you can't even do anything. Um, and then, so fast forward a couple more days, I'm joking with my coworkers about the whole situation, and then as if we summoned him, he appears. I grab my coworker, my security guard, and we're gonna chase him into the basement real quick. Um, and so we follow him, thinking maybe we'll get to the elevator right before he does. Just be like, hey man, you can't go to the basement. Just end it that way. But he slipped through. He got back down to the basement. And we chased him, and we had my boss and his frenzy to solve this problem had set up a giant pallet of Gatorade right in front of the door, and we catch him just as he's vaulting over. He's got he's taken a backpack from us and filled it with liquor, um, and made his daring escape. But I don't know. It's been fun. We've been going to war with a leprechaun. We haven't had any other you know homeless or anyone exploiting this loophole. So my thought is maybe he's just keeping it to himself and selling off the liquor to his friends at a markdown. But I say more power to him. I'm kind of amused by this guy.
I'm impressed.
High school girl style.
I'm kind of impressed.
Honestly,
I don't know how he figured that out.
I also don't know what's wrong with your work. I don't know like why your work has so many strange occurrences happening like consistently throughout all of time.
Yeah,
It's kind of alarming.
It's a cursed
cannot
place.
relate.
Only got a month remaining staying there. I'll be moving here at the end of the month, and so got to relish
Nice.
the stories while they last, till I inevitably end up somewhere more tame.
The homeless people know you're leaving soon, so
They're ramping up.
they're making it more interesting.
Bro, on the
Yeah,
last
I'll
day you
put a
should help
request
them.
out. But yeah, I've never seen someone so biased against so full of hatred for the homeless population like my boss, and it's just kind of fun to see that vein popping as they get away with as they continue to get away with it.
Bro, they're gonna pull off. They're just building it up. These are just the setup heists. Just wait until
It's gonna culminate in like the whole store being empty when you guys walk in one day.
the
They're all gonna
building's just
show up like
gone.
outside Avengers Endgame style, like they're coming through Doctor Strange portals and then they storm the store. But there was a good instance the other day where it was also a heist, but much less like calculated. A man just runs in, grabs like a full handle of Tito's, and runs out with it. Still got like the security cap on it and all. And so we just we walk outside and he's right out there, just kind of looking like a like Sponge Gar, just slamming the Tito's bottle against like a concrete bench. We're like, hey man, like we're gonna have to take that back. And he looks at us and goes, "Hey man, like, come on, just let me have it, brother. I got court tomorrow." Like, well, maybe this isn't like the best court prep.
Yeah.
He did give it back.
I don't know. Maybe it is. Bro, if you got court the next day, just go to your local convenience store and just take all their liquor and run.
Yeah, I hope
Proving
that
the
lived
work.
up to expectations. I feel like it was definitely more exciting at the time than it is retelling it. But I don't know. It's just when you work retail, you take what you can get with the spicy moments.
Yeah.
Okay, Sam, but what if one time you come into work and you noticed, oh, the back door's open, it happened again. And you like check the footage and you find out that it was me who did it.
No, you.
That would be a
fuck.
crazy twist.
That's why he's been keeping the
Would
camera
you-
off. This guy cut his hair. He's got short.
Would you
ginger
narc?
hair. Nah, dude. I got you. I just want in on the operation.
Yeah.
I like-
I want
yeah,
like
give
a,
you
I want
more
like a
tips.
50% take from it.
Right. I can.
I don't have to give you shit,
I'll
Pierce.
coordinate with you. I'll like make sure.
No, I'm
one's
saying if I
watching.
was in that position, but I will also take 50%, just because.
33. We each get
45.
33, and then one goes to Ethan.
45 and a half.
I don't do decimals, bro.
That wasn't a decimal, that was a fraction.
45 and a half.
Bro, decimals and fraction are the same thing.
Nope, they don't look the same.
That's true.
Someone didn't take math.
Bro, I don't know. All I'm saying is that's why you can take .01 and just make it 1 over 100.
Yeah, but one of them's .01, the other one's 1 over 100.
As if they're not the same.
Why are... Okay, what came first?
You have to stop yawning when you talk.
What came first, and what... And, like, why do we still use the other one? If they're, like, virtually the same thing.
They're just better for different situations. Decimals are generally more
The,
precise.
What came first?
I don't know. Look it up.
Fractions.
You have Google. Why the fuck would we know that?
I guess you guys are smarter than me. I figure maybe Ethan knows a lot.
I'm pretty sure fractions, just because it's easier to divide stuff like that, and especially like you couldn't have like a decimal point until the number 0 was invented.
Wait,
Yeah, that's true.
what was the
And
number
people
zero
obviously
invented like pretty late?
not like late,
Well,
but
not
later than
late,
you
but
would
definitely
think.
later than
Like a
yeah,
hundred
later
years.
than
Like
fractions.
the number zero wasn't until like 100 years ago. Bro, U and V used to be the same
Yeah.
letter. There's like
Wait, really?
Yeah, wait, why'd you go?
Did you make that shit up?
Why'd you go? Yeah, and then go. Wait, really?
Because I had to.
No,
I don't know.
no, yeah, no. I'm not making that up. There's a building in Anderson. It's called the Union Building, but
Is it
all the
spelled
U's are
Union?
yeah. My dad calls it the Vunion Building. But
Pavilion.
yeah, all the U's are V's.
That's some Anderson shit. Hell no.
No, I don't think it is.
It is. No way.
There was a time where like I don't know if this was like trying to be their new like catch like their new slogan or like their new motto or
Uh,
whatever, but there were times where they hung like these banners around the city and it said do it downtown, but it had do it in quotations. So it was like do it downtown. It's like what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Anyways, Vunion Building.
oh, okay. I looked it up, and honestly, because I'm high, I could only focus on that, so I wasn't listening to you guys. But so U and V were separated in 1386 for the first time, and U.S. buildings go off of Roman architecture. So U and V were the same letter back then, and so they inscribed it as such.
Government buildings all have V's instead of U's then? That's crazy.
Bro, okay. I don't know like what made me think about this, but um I think I was just thinking about old-timey stuff and it kind of like made me think. But this has been something that I've noticed recently. It's been kind of getting on my nerves. It's really weird to see is I feel like people in their 20s are starting to become boomers.
In what way?
They are like they're like all right, so think about in the way as in a old guy talking about an old person talking about how much better things used to be back in their day and always highlighting the stuff of their you know old people are always talking about how much better things used to be back in the day and young people are starting to do the same thing and they're doing it and they're also doing it like they're double doing they're a double offender. Not only are they acting in such a way as in specifically their time is the best and anyone born after this date, oh, don't talk to me if you can't recognize this thing and this if you were born after 2005 um or whatever.
Yeah,
But then they're also using it as a way to like gatekeep stuff too, where they're like if you didn't know about this thing or like this was the best, like this specifically when I was a kid was the best. It's like was it? Like
Yeah, I
think
think
about
at least.
like don't get me wrong, there's like, nostalgia's a big thing and when you're a kid, stuff does seem like great. And maybe I'm also feeling like I'm not doing a good job explaining this because I'm high, but like, you know, we all enjoy stuff from when we're kids and we are always going to think that's the best, but like we also criticize people for like we criticize other people for doing the same exact thing. like we criticize boomers for doing that kind of stuff too, where it's like you
Yeah.
cling on to the past. And it's
I
like
mean,
There's
I thought
always
we
like
were
a
supposed to be the ones that are like thinking of the future, but now we're
all
arguing on the
I'm
internet about SpongeBob being better in 1999 than it is in 2022. I'm 29 years old and I'm mad that I don't like that a kid show isn't good anymore. And you're not allowed to like it, even if you're 9 years old.
I
all I'm
think
gonna
at
say about
least.
that
Oh, go ahead.
is like in some instances and in many respects, I think the world was in a better place
I mean,
almost.
the world in general was, but I'm talking about all the small things.
I think at least that like most of the
Blink
examples you're bringing
182.
up seems like
Yeah,
these millennial boomers are mostly like complaining about like shit like SpongeBob, like big pop culture things. Like, oh, my pop culture shit was better than your pop culture shit, which like every
yeah.
generation does. Like my parents are like, yeah, we peaked in the '80s in terms of pop music. But I think like at least they're like boomers. Like it's like they try to enforce their way of life on you now. They'll be like, back in my day, we used to put the gays on the flogger, and that's good. And like, so like I'll take millennials being like, yeah, like fuck you. If you don't watch like the old SpongeBob, you're dead to me, kid. Like talking to a 6-year-old.
Obviously, one is way better than the other.
So like, yeah, I
obviously,
don't know.
obviously, one is way better than the other one, but it's just something I noticed, and it's like
and
the
we all
gate.
know which one that is.
Yep, boomers.
The
No,
boomers, yeah.
Obviously.
no. I just like have noticed so much like
Bro.
gatekeeping recently, and it's like getting on my nerves. And it's like, do you remember
Yeah.
when people act like certain things where like I always see things. It's like, remember when this restaurant was like this, and this was like this, and it's like, yeah, but like things change constantly throughout history. It's not people are like, I don't like how it is now, but like maybe your parents were saying the same thing about that restaurant when you were a kid. They're like, this looked better 10 years ago. The decor is stupid now, or something like that. The design is stupid.
Yeah.
Well, it
There's
is
always
true
a
that Pizza Hut's
generational
been
divide,
massacred.
but true. I feel like we see it a lot more just because of social media.
Yeah, social
Yeah.
media
Like,
has amplified everything.
yeah. We
Definitely.
still don't hear shit from Gen Xers.
And like online communities are so much more passionate than like mainstream communities, because you
Mhm.
like take like a Reddit for a certain video game or whatever. They're definitely gatekeeping versus like two casual players of, say, Destiny, or like, hey, you play Destiny? Oh, that's sick, bro.
Hmm.
Me too. But yeah,
It's
the internet
interesting
definitely
how
amplifies that type of attitude.
and everyone like they always think like they're the majority. Like their opinion is correct, you know.
It's groupthink, like confirmation
I
Groupthink is
do
bias.
real.
believe that deep down, everyone is a communist.
I don't know about that one.
No, because everyone's too selfish.
I think deep down, some people might be communists, but ultimately, most of us want to be billionaires, right? Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're too
Yeah,
selfish.
everyone's a closeted capitalist. It's the losers become
Did you
communists.
But are we
did you
only
see that
closeted
thing?
capitalists because we live in a capitalist society?
Did you
Yeah.
see that thing where that Chinese, it was some Chinese government official tweeted about Biden wanting gas companies to just lower prices and was like, the US president finally sees that capitalism is just exploitation.
You guys see
Like this.
Jeff Bezos
Rare
getting
comment.
Yes, he got so
mad at
mad.
Biden for that tweet?
hmm That was so funny. I don't know. Jeff Bezos was just like, that's not how the economy works.
Does he have a
Biden's
big
dumb.
penis or a small penis?
Bezos?
Bezos?
Yeah, I don't
Or
remember. I
Biden?
remember it got leaked, but I don't remember if it was big or small.
It would not be fair if he just had like a huge cock.
I remember he came out and he was just like, "Yeah, it's mine." Like he didn't like deny it or anything. Like no damage control. He was just like, "Yep, that's mine."
All right, Google, here we go.
No. Remember when Chris Evans?
I still have the screenshot of his
Yeah.
penis, bro.
Dude, okay, that's definitely not fair. That dude is fucking hung. It's like a beautiful penis.
Wait, Bezos is?
No, Chris
Oh,
Evans.
Chris Evans. Yeah.
Are you really looking up Jeff Bezos?
Yep.
Just yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it
Describes it
happened.
as smooth.
What?
This website's describing it as smooth and as long as a 24-ounce Red Bull. Like that's the same shit as like it's like two. What were we watching with the two giraffes slated next to each other? Now I gotta like think about how
long is a
large
24-ounce can
24-ounce
of Red Bull?
Red Bull versus like just give me inches.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a pretty common measure. That's a pretty common measurement. And how many 24 ounces of Red Bull is this? That's
Why
how
were
I
we
measure
watching
everything.
that.
It was the
Wasn't
Titanoboa
that-
video.
Oh yeah.
And they were like, it's as long as
Bro.
two giraffes laid down side by or lengthwise on top of each other.
They're gonna make it back, bro. They're gonna evolve again. I know it.
They also call
What
it
are-
garden variety.
No way is this thing as big as a 24-ounce can of Red Bull and also garden variety.
What the fuck does garden variety mean?
Average white dude dick.
Yeah, wait. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Anyways, I don't know why we.
Jeff Bezos complained that his Blue Origin spacesuit didn't give enough room for his cock.
Bro,
He's like, yo, could you
Speaking of-
adjust my cod piece?
dude, speaking of space, the James Webb Space Telescope pictures are coming out next week.
July 11th, right? Or sometime that
I think
yeah.
so, sometime around there.
I'm so excited. Because you saw
That's
that
gonna be
teaser image
crazy.
they released, right? Where it was like the James Webb image side by side with that Spitzer image of the same area.
Yeah,
Oh my God, that's just the crispness, the difference in resolution.
they
man.
said it brought astronomers to tears because it was so beautiful.
Yes.
It's gonna. I'm pretty sure one of the pictures is gonna be like a deep field image, or maybe that might be all the pictures, or like deep field ones where it's just like they take a picture of just like they just point it like at a random place and just take a picture.
They're focusing on stuff for this first one. I forget
Are
what
they?
like nebula / planets it is, but there's like 2 planets in particular that James Webb is first focusing on, and then a couple of different like star areas,
It's gonna be
Bro.
crazy.
star
Yeah,
systems.
I saw a video talking about it, and then they like put up. I think I don't remember what telescope it was, but it was like the last one that did like a deep field.
The
And
Hubble.
it's just like full of galaxies.
It's probably the Hubble one.
Probably Hubble.
Probably Hubble.
But yeah, they were like when the James Webb like plans to take like a similar shot, like it's probably just gonna be fucking no black space, just entirely filled.
Yeah.
I mean, that also results from the difference of James Webb, though, because it's using infrared spectrum rather than visual light like Hubble is.
It's on the spectrum.
It's on the spectrum, bro. No,
James
but
Dude, I'm
Yeah.
so
Spectrum.
excited.
absolutely
Like, that's
absurd
kinda
to me
cool.
that all those instruments on James Webb are so sensitive that they have to be in space to work. Like you couldn't operate them on Earth.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Science fiction has ruined my ability to genuinely appreciate like modern astronomy. It's like,
Yeah.
like a super high definition picture of space. It's like, oh, cool, but like Disney rendered a cooler one. It's like, oh, it took a picture. Okay, let me know when you got like my starship ready. It's like
Dude,
it's
Bro,
cool, but
Elon Musk
have
gotta
you
hit you up
guys?
with that. Have you heard about that too? They're finally stacking Starship 24 on Booster 7, and they've done like all the cryogenic tests and are apparently prepping for like a full wet dress rehearsal like NASA did for the SLS back in
say a wet
June.
dress rehearsal.
I have no idea what most of those words mean.
Yeah, you're gonna have to start at the beginning with that one.
It's just like they're preparing for like a full mock countdown of the whole Starship apparatus.
What
And they're gonna
starship?
get Starship is
Are we talking
the
about real
like
life
in
or Star
English,
Wars?
please.
we're talking about real life. Starship is Elon Musk's like prototype space ship that's supposed to fly from here to Mars.
Okay.
And they finally stacked it on top of Booster 7, which is supposed to help get it into the atmosphere.
Okay. How
And
when are they
Bro.
expecting
they're
takeoff?
preparing. Well, they're allegedly going to do an orbital test flight in either late August or September.
How do they know? Do they know about when they're doing Mars?
He wants to
I
get there
thought that
before
was.
2030.
You think we'll see it?
I
Do you
think we'll
think
see it in
like
our
what do
lifetime.
you what do you think's gonna happen in our lifetime with Mars?
Nothing too impressive.
How long does it
Complete
take to get
destruction.
there?
9 months.
That's not bad. I feel like that's a pretty like good amount of time to travel to a completely separate planet.
Hmm.
Yeah. I would go crazy in that spaceship. It
I
would
don't
be
know.
Among Us in real life, bro.
I think it would be fun.
You're the
I,
imposter,
I'd like to think it'd be fun, but it might
Yeah.
not.
bro.
I would just it would just suck. Imagine going all the way there and then everything like nothing works on the actual planet. Like all the stuff you thought you're like okay, so what are they doing when they get there? Like the people that go to Mars, what are they doing?
They're
Well,
bulling on Mars, bro.
allegedly the plan is to bring like 3D printers and stuff and like not a whole lot of like actual materials, but of stuff to like build things there so that they can
Hmm.
cut down on like the weight for like traveling there and then just have to create things once on planet.
So they're not coming. It's a one-way ticket.
Uh, Allegedly Starship could travel back, but it wouldn't have the fuel by the time it got there. So they would have to find a way to make it.
Well, couldn't they just do a straight shoot towards Earth, and once they run out of fuel, they'll still be going at the same speed?
They wouldn't have enough to get out of the Martian atmosphere, not with just
Uh,
Starship.
Also, like, just going in a straight shot to something that is 9 months away, bro, that'd be so hard to line up.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
no.
guess.
I know there's like a particular time of year they have to take off because if Mars is like too far away or on a certain angle from the sun, it just kind of like fucks over like the gravity from other
Oh,
things in the solar system will screw you over before you can get to Mars.
I don't know. You gotta be pretty brave to want to go to Mars,
Leave everything you've ever known,
and then
everything humanity has ever known.
possibly have no life. What are they doing about oxygen?
Well, Elon Musk's theory is to drop an atomic bomb on Mars to restart its dynamo. That way it
What?
has a
Okay.
what the fuck, dude?
that way it gets a magnetic field and is protected from radiation and would actually maintain an atmosphere.
Is that true?
However, that's a theory. The more we learn about the like the what's the word for that? The structure of like Mars's interior, the less we think that's really possible. Mars's outer core is like twice the size of Earth's, and Mars's mantle is very small, which makes them think that a lot of tectonic activity on Mars is just onion rings, and you need that for a dynamo. And there's no real way to
Bro,
like restart that we know of.
could you imagine that we try to nuke Mars and then it just fucking blows up and
The
Mars is
whole
just
thing.
gone?
The
They're
whole
not gonna
thing.
blow up the whole planet. I'm for it. If that would do something to the planet, if there's like no life on that planet at all, what's the harm?
That
True.
sounds like a Trump solution, though, doesn't it? Like, wasn't this is
Yeah.
like, let's just nuke
Yeah, but
the
like there's
hurricane?
also
It
there's also
seems
nothing
way
there.
too simple.
Well, the reason it's like that's one of the biggest geological like disasters we can cause, and or geological phenomena even we can cause, and the amount of change that could theoretically bring uh, is like tantalizing to some theorists.
Also, like, wouldn't that take like so long
To get there, yeah,
to get an atmosphere?
and to develop an atmosphere after it.
Would you guys
How long would it
abandon
take?
everything you know? Like you get nothing. You get to bring up, a photo book or whatever, but like you're leaving your life behind. To be a part, and like say Mars is terraformed enough to where it's habitable, would you go and like be a part of the first colony there if it meant you had to leave everything behind?
Mm, I don't
That's
know.
history.
I couldn't.
I would. It'd be sick.
I like. I want to say I would. I feel like if like I was actually faced with the decision, it'd be like I might end up in, especially like if you have a family, it'd be super hard to leave all that behind. But like, let's say if you could take your family there, absolutely. Like I'm not attached to any career I'm gonna have on this earth to the point where I wouldn't go be a Mars colonist.
I don't know.
I'm a little too attached to Earth, a little too greedy for fame here. Like,
Actually, yeah, that would be like if you like outlived your siblings, that'd be so sad to just like miss their deaths.
Not that sad. We're talking. I get to live on
Well,
Mars here. Start the great house of Sam on Mars.
All right. So he gets his atmosphere. When they putting up Wi-Fi on Mars?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah,
yo.
we need some Wi-Fi to even do stuff. How you gonna?
I wonder how long. I wonder how long it would take to like, if somehow they get like any signal. Like how long it would take to fucking watch a YouTube video, or like get a YouTube video to buffer,
Bro, who's
like
gonna
a
be the
signal
first
between
Martian
Earth and
YouTuber?
Mars.
You just like have to set your phone to download that shit overnight, and then yeah,
Like, yay! Now I can watch this 360p video.
my daily Markiplier.
You'd be bussin'.
No
Okay.
way that
Okay,
was the
it would
Wordle,
be.
bro. What?
You're doing Wordle, bro. I tried Quordle, and it's way too much for me.
What is Squirtle? I
What
thought
the
you
fuck
just
is Quordle? Yeah, I thought you made it up.
yeah.
It's you get like 8 guesses.
4 puzzles at once?
Yeah, it's 4 Wordles at once, and you get eight
What?
guesses.
No, thank you.
I cannot. Oh my god. This is hard.
It sucks because you get like 4 guesses, and then if you don't get any before that, you like have to get a word every guess.
Yeah, that sounds way too hard. I couldn't do that. This Wordle's hard.
Yeah, I got no letters on my first one. All right, sorry, audience, we're just doing Wordle now.
Cut to ads.
Did Ethan ever talk
Hello,
about?
everybody, it's Jackson. Welcome back to my Wordle Let's Play.
Did Ethan
First
ever
guess,
talk
we got
about what he did
Stain.
in New Orleans besides his horrible ride down?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
bro.
Bro, tell us about the fucking daiquiri drive-thrus.
Yes. Drive-through daiquiri places are the shit. It's literally like you know those when you go into the gas station and get a slushie. It's like
Yeah.
imagine the gas station was just filled with slushie machines and it's all daiquiri and there's nothing else. And it's fucking amazing. The only rule technically is you can't put your straw in your drink when you get it and you're still driving.
Oh, that makes sense.
Well, also question. So like, how does it? Do they just will they just give you? Where do they check your ID? And like, if you say like you have a car full of people that want them, do you have to just like hand up your IDs and be like 5 of them, please?
Bro, we pulled up to the window. Kevin didn't even show his ID. All right, or
What?
my stepdad didn't even show his ID. And we have Arwen in the car with us, my little sister. And like then the rest of us can all drink and he just goes, "I need like 6 daiquiris." And we all say our flavors, no IDs checked, no nothing.
Dude,
Bro,
what?
I feel like that's illegal. Like the whole business.
New Orleans is different, bro. I don't know. There's
How
also,
does excise not have them shut down?
so you are allowed to walk around New Orleans with a plastic cup full of alcohol. However, if it's a glass bottle, you will get arrested because that can be used as a weapon.
Damn.
But if you just have a
Oh.
plastic cup and are walking around, like bars will fill it up and shit.
I could kill someone
It's the same in Indianapolis.
Okay,
with a
here's a
plastic
question.
cup.
What are their gun control laws? If you can't carry around a glass bottle,
I mean, it is deep south. They're not very strict. We didn't run into any trouble around that while we were down there. But there are apparently a lot of shootings in New Orleans, and definitely neighborhoods that you
fuck.
gotta avoid. New Orleans is also the like of big cities in America, it has the highest poverty rate.
Yeah, it's
But
probably related to that whole thing that happened a little over a decade, or God, what, 1.5 decades ago? 2?
we were, it probably is, but it's like been before that even too. But we were like looking at the statistics. New Orleans, population wise, is half the size of Indianapolis.
Oh,
I was
really?
so baffled by that.
Really?
what?
Yeah. And
Wow.
that's even if you include like the greater metropolitan area of both, if you get to that, New Orleans is like anywhere from a third to what is that? 3/8? Anywhere from a third to like 3/8 the size of
That's
Indianapolis.
crazy.
But there,
Because like
go.
I've heard that like most people who grow up in New Orleans like stay there, like on purpose.
It's an amazing city. But after like Katrina, they were at like 400,000 people before Katrina. Then Katrina hit and the population declined by half. And they are just now back to where they were before Katrina.
Dang.
As in like half the people died,
I
or like half died and also fled.
half died and fled. Like some people died, some people just left and never came back.
Okay.
Indianapolis
was a
is
really-
the 16th most populous city in the U.S., and New Orleans is 53. Texas as a state has 4 of the top 10.
Whew.
Wow. And Indy still has no culture.
No, we have
For
we have
real.
tenderloins.
We do have the breaded tenderloin. And we're called
Those are
Naptown.
bussin'.
We were called
That shit
Naptown
is
for a
good.
reason. I don't know.
I love breaded tenderloin. It's like 8 times the size of the bun.
I think Indy gets a bad rap. Like it's not that bad.
I disagree.
It's just
I
a
don't think it's that
fully
bad.
mid-tier city. Like
Any other city is so much better.
Yeah, but it
There's a
oh,
reason
yeah,
it's called
bro,
the
let's go to
Midwest.
Jacksonville,
Oh wait, that's a
Florida.
meme.
It's probably
It
better
is
than
mid.
Indianapolis.
No shot.
but
No way. No.
Indy's mid, but for the amount of people in it, it needs to have something to separate it from the other
It
cities.
has a big circle.
Yeah, Indy sucks. Let's go hang out in Columbus, Ohio.
Bro, Indy's got a cool skyline.
No, it doesn't.
Bro, yeah, it does. The
If you
the
come
It's a
in
building
pretty
with
through the
cool
the
airport,
skyline.
maybe.
the
But
building
anywhere
with the
else,
the building with the the big building that's got the two antennas
the
at the top.
spires, yeah.
Yeah, it's a very unique looking building.
Oh,
Mass
Bro, I'm still on
Avenue
this Wordle.
got some
a
pretty
lot
good
of
food.
companies don't want to build skyscrapers in New Orleans because it's below sea level, so they have like the same, if not less, skyscrapers than Indy does. But there's so many buildings still, and you can like see all the trees like coming up to like the same height as the buildings because that's where they felt was like safe to build to. And that is pretty incredible to see, especially going over the bridge from the West Bank into the city because you can see the whole thing as you go over the Mississippi.
That sounds bussin'. Yeah, I think remember when
Okay,
what?
for this Wordle, do I know this word? Like,
Yes.
how often would I use
You
this
don't
word?
use it very often, but you know it.
Fuck. I have the first three letters, and I literally cannot think of any word this could be.
Okay, Jackson, I was the exact same way as you. It see if I give it
Don't
if I
give it.
say
Yeah,
what it
yeah.
yeah,
I
I
got.
see the
Hey, you
problem
can do
is
this. I got 3 words that start with FLU. Before I
Bro,
got
I
this
have
one.
one.
Jackson, the
I have
thing is
one.
I cannot confirm anything to you about those letters. Like I can't give you any hints because it'll automatically I
Give
can't
it
give you any
away.
hints because it'll automatically give it away.
Dude, I have a lot of consonants, and none of them make sense.
Like it took me a minute because
Search your
it's a
feelings.
very it's not an uncommon word, but it's an uncommon type of word for Wordle.
Uh,
Anyways, New Orleans. So what else what else was
Like our second day there, we uh we went to a whole bunch of places. We went to the Botanical Gardens there, the New Orleans Museum of Art, and the Sculpture Garden next to it, and then the New Orleans Zoo, all of which were so beautiful and cool. At the zoo, the first thing, like you walk in, and there's literally just straight up a peacock standing there with all his feathers out, like just ready to vibe.
fuck yeah.
Peacock.
What else did we do while we were down there? We went to the aquarium, which was pretty incredible.
Oh man,
They
yeah.
got
If
some
only
big
you had
fish
your
down there.
weed. I really want to go to an aquarium while high.
Right?
Yo, boys trip?
Bro, we gotta find one on Boys Trip.
Yes! Oh my God.
It must be done.
And
We'll just
then
go snorkeling.
by and far the best part of being down there though was on the like second to last day we were there. We went and we had a shrimp boil with my stepdad's family down there, and oh, everything about it. They get this giant like a Bunsen burner, but like 30 times the size, and then they set the most massive pot you've ever fucking seen on it, and fill it with crab boil like sauce and everything. And it smells amazing. And they boil a bunch of vegetables
Mm.
in it first, and then they get the veggies out and throw all the shrimp in there, and you can munch on the veggies while you're waiting for the shrimp. And oh,
Bro, that
it
sounds
was
so good.
some of the best food I've ever had. You're
Why
sitting there
isn't
like you're peeling them all yourself.
why isn't
Oh,
boys trip New Orleans, bro?
bro. Maybe that'll be the
Not too
next
far
one.
away.
But
Uh,
they had me drinking from 1 p.m. to 11 p.m. that last day, just like
bro, this man was
beer
constantly
after
drinking.
beer after twisted tea after beer. And that I don't know how they did it. I couldn't keep
You
up.
couldn't keep up, bro. Old people be going crazy with alcohol.
They
Yeah.
just like can't feel it, I feel like.
It's wild. I still can't do beer, bro. Ethan had so many sandwiches.
Oh, All the food down there is so good, and then the
I was
beers on
talking about
top
the
of it.
liquid beer,
Yeah, I got that halfway through
the
saying
liquid
that.
sandwich.
I
There's a
drank maybe
sandwich in every
30
beer.
beers in 2 days this
I've had
last
40
weekend.
pizzas in the last 30 days.
Exactly. It's like
So,
10 Papa John's mixed with Dale Earnhardt Jr.
what did you do while you were camping, Sam?
Good question.
Why
I
did you have to go all the way to Michigan to camp? What was up there that
um
was?
our buddy's friend like it was their land. Like they have a campsite that they
Uh,
own, right? So there was a big ass garage and like an A-frame cabin, um, and like amenities. Like there was a shower and toilet, so it wasn't just like a campsite. Um,
hmm.
it was like their own private grounds. Man, the food was so good, and I've never been, you know, crossed like that for so long, like sun up to sundown. I woke up, others in the tent were doing dabs. It was just it was an experience. You're handed a drug and you just start a drug. It's not like not anything crazy. Like we were just smoking weed um, and drinking, and it was totally legal. It's Michigan. It was great, and went on a river, arguably dangerous, but it was fine. We, we had tubes. Um, it was awesome. Just like it was really cool just shutting off for a couple days. As much as I missed the boys and the internet, it's kind of like okay, yeah, slow down for a little bit.
Was there no
Totally
internet
just
access at all?
not really.
Not
I had
even
enough
like,
bar. Like I could, if I go to a certain spot on the site, I could get a bar and call Krista. But uh, no, I no like iMessage or anything like that. Like I could maybe get a text message out. But
that's crazy.
yeah, but like I think the experience is summed up well by just one of the mornings I woke up. We're like getting out of the tent. This is the same morning. Some of my tent mates were doing dabs, and we walk out, and a big tattooed man walks up to us. He pulls out a bag and goes, "Hey, you guys want to do some shrooms?" And and it was like, "Oh man, like I don't know. Like it's like 9 a.m. Yeah, I don't think I should pop like a casual 1 gram of shrooms around some strangers that I'm not too familiar with." But so we
I
passed
don't know.
out,
That'd
but
be wild.
it was really funny. Like we were going down the river, maybe a couple hours later. Everyone's in tubes. It's mostly just like a chill, relaxed thing. But this guy, this guy was he was snorkeling, probably just having the time of his life. Checked back in with him later. He said he was living the dream out there.
Bro, that sounds awesome. You said it was a long
Oh yeah.
drive.
Oh yeah, part of it was because we had to go out of the way to pick up some people, but it was about 12 hours.
Oh my God. Just to travel one state.
Yeah, pretty much.
How far were you up in
That's so
Michigan?
insane.
Top of the mitten. So
Oh wow.
yeah, it was. Yeah, which kind of sucks because when you're only there for 2 days, that driving really feels like a huge chunk of the whole experience. But it was a good time.
Cool. I'm feeling like it's I don't know. I got like a hour 20 minutes or so recording. I'm feeling like it's just about wrap time.
Around,
I
we're
gotta
gonna
be
go
up
around
early
and
for work.
talk about what we've been up to this week,
Oh yeah.
media wise. Any suggestions, Pierce?
Um, I have been very. I downloaded a. I got a DS emulator on my iPhone. Um, it works great. It feels super natural to play DS games on a smartphone. Like some of the games just play perfectly on my phone because you got the touch screen. So like a lot of games you can just play with one hand. Just like it just feels natural. Um, I've been
How does
playing.
the dual screen
Yeah.
work?
The
Does it
screens are
show
just on
both
top
screens
of
at
each other.
once? Do you
Here, I
hold? Is
can
it like do you do vertically or horizontal?
you can do both, but the screens are smaller if you hold it or if you hold it horizontally. With
Ah,
the size of my phone, The screens are just about. I'm pretty sure they're around as big as they were on the DS.
Oh
Hmm.
wow.
That's
Like
Hmm.
with the,
Yeah,
it
with
just
my
obviously it
standard
depends on
iPhone,
how
it
big your
would
phone
not look
is.
very good.
But it like I don't feel like the screens are too small. Like it just works. Here it looks like this. Hold on.
I got 2 of the 4 words on Quirtle.
Bro,
Jesus
Quirtle sounds too
Christ.
hard.
They give you a practice.
Come on. Looks like this.
Yeah, you can. There's a bunch of
Oh
practice.
yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, no, it's pretty. I don't ever feel like the screens are too like it feels natural playing it. Like everything feels natural when you play it.
Yeah.
And I've been playing a lot of Pokemon White. Um, but it was a super easy download, and literally it's a website because it's a browser-based emulator. But to play it on the iPhone, you have to add it to your home screen, and then you can just download ROMs any way you would, like the way you would if you were doing it on your computer. It'll just download
That's
to your phone,
awesome.
and you just click the zip file, and uh, it'll extract the DS file, and you can play it. It's super
Nice.
simple, and I've been having a blast. It runs perfectly. Um, Everything like it just feels supernatural to have those games on. There is some stuff that feels weird to play because they don't have for some reason it does not have a. They're adding one in the future. I think it's in early access right now because they're testing it, but for some reason they don't have a D-pad. They have like a virtual joystick on the on-screen thing,
Uh,
and that kind of makes it a little harder to control some games.
Yeah.
But like I was playing Super Mario 64 DS, and um, one of like it's pretty agreed upon that the touch controls are the best in-game way to, or like the most like efficient way to like move on that game. But when you're using it on a DS, it makes holding it really clunky because of how the controls are on there. Like on Mario 64 DS, they made it so that you don't automatically run. You have to press a button to run. And if you use the touch controls, you don't have to press any extra buttons. It's just if you like move your thumb or your stylus on the screen far enough, you'll just start running. And using that control scheme on an iPhone is so fluid. You just control the game with one hand. You just got to use your other thumb to press jump every once in a while.
That's convenient.
But yeah, I would recommend it. Just search like DS player on Google. It'll probably be one of the first things that comes up. It's just an in-browser emulator. Works perfectly on iPhones.
I don't think it does.
It's pretty great. Like I would recommend it 100%. If you're wanting to play some, if you're at work, you're slow, or maybe you're on your lunch break, you want to play some old DS games, get that emulator and play some DS games on your downtime. It's fun. I've been having a blast going back through Pokemon White. That's like my favorite Pokemon game.
No, it's not.
Bro, it is. Yeah, I would recommend it. That is my recommendation.
Beautiful. Jackson.
All right. I've been. My recommendation is Chugga Conroy on YouTube.
Let's go.
Um, yeah, I've been watching his Xenoblade 2 playthrough. Cause I played like basically along with his videos. When I got Xenoblade 2, because he explains the mechanics a lot more than the actual game does. If anyone's played the game, you know how bad the tutorials are. But then I kind of just stopped because I just wanted to like focus on the game itself. And then so I was bored one day and I decided, fuck it, I'll just keep watching his playthrough even though I finished the game. And it's been really, he does really good Let's Plays. Yeah.
Bro, nothing will beat his
Yeah.
his Mario Sunshine playthrough. That's the first thing that got me into like watching YouTube, and that got me like really started on like my whole Mario craze when I was a kid. I bought a GameCube controller and Mario Sunshine just because of that playthrough of Chugga Conroy, bro. Straight
Yeah,
bussin'.
I'm surprised I didn't. I'm surprised that like I've heard of him before getting into him this year, but I just never got around to it. So
Yeah, bro. I was watching his Mario Sunshine playthroughs like as they were coming out. Shit was wild. Same, Ethan.
yeah, same.
After being in New Orleans, they had me listening to a lot of country music, but more specifically
Yo.
Cajun music. So I've been listening to this guy. It's Ryan Foray and the Foray Tradition. Oh my God, it hits. I don't know what to tell you. I get a
Oh,
little sauced, and
we
that's where I'm
lost him.
at.
God,
Have I talked about reading Dune in one of these segments in the past?
I don't think so.
I
'Cause
don't think so.
I've been spending a lot of time over the last maybe 2 weeks. I was big into the Dune movie that came out last year, and I wanted to read the book before going into it, and didn't get the chance. But now that I've kind of got more time, I've been getting into it, and it's weird and dense, but it's really good. It's as good as they say. So I guess I would recommend reading Dune to anyone before they come out with part two of Dune, which should cover the rest of the first book, according to the plan. So that, and well, I can't endorse buying Call of Duty Vanguard based on this alone. Treyarch released a pretty good zombies map in the Shinonuma remake, so I've been playing a lot of that.
Let's go.
I got I got Dune for my birthday last year. I still have not cracked it open.
I haven't even seen the movie.
I need to get to it.
Definitely
Dude,
worth to
okay.
watch. It's on HBO Max. You could watch it for free, Pierce.
Yeah, but
Yeah, it's really good.
I just don't feel like it.
All right.
I don't think you took that into consideration.
Dude, what if we all decide we do like a book club, but we turn it into a competition. We all decide on a book that we want to read, and we see who will be the fastest to read it, but we can only read it when we're high.
Okay, I'm up for this. But how do we like prove that we read it though? Do we have to we should have to write a book report.
Write a book report?
Also while you're high.
No, I don't want to do
This needs to be
homework.
done like we gotta set off like you can only read in a certain time of day, because otherwise, like Ethan and I working 1 to 9 are a bit disadvantaged there.
True.
But I'm up for
Well,
it.
also, I don't think we'll need to do that because I hate reading things when I'm high.
I've never
So-
tried. I don't want to try.
I can't do it. I think I'd lose just because like I
Yeah.
Depending upon the topic, I love reading while sauced like that.
Okay,
I
so
just can't
Ethan
focus
wins.
on the words. Like
I get
can't
too
focus
involved
on
in it. The words
anything.
are all I can focus on, bro.
I'll like if I see like a paragraph, I'll get like halfway into it, realized I have no idea what I just read. Not even like I know what I'm reading, just I completely forget what I'm doing.
yeah, does that ever happen to you guys
I have to
sober?
restart.
Where like you'll
Yes.
be reading a book and you're tired, and then
Yeah.
like a couple pages go by and you're like, I haven't actually been reading this. I've been looking at it. Like that's just like it's like when I'm high, but there's nothing I can do about it. I'll read a paragraph and be like, I don't know what to happen, and then I'll read the paragraph again. And I don't know. And the cycle continues.
Yeah.
It's rough, but
But I do really like to learn things while I'm high.
Yes.
I found out.
yeah,
It makes it more.
documentaries.
It's more like
YouTube
mind blowing
essays.
to you when you learn stuff high. It's more mind blowing.
Yeah. Put a nice Kurzgesagt video on.
Oh yeah.
Kurzgesagt.
I love my favorite thing to watch while high is I guess like a last suggestion, like those summoning salt videos. for introduced to me by I think Jackson.
What
Yeah.
is it?
He's a speed running historian,
Oh yeah.
and it's partly the music, his voice, the subject matter. I don't know, just it's
He
like my
covers stuff so
ASMR.
perfectly.
Yeah.
So yeah, check out Summoning Salt.
Listen.
So this is where
Hell yeah.
Jackson's gonna put in a fart.
Look,
No, I'm not.